Hey, what's up, YouTube land? So check it out. I just recently got into trading foreign currency exchange, or Forex for short, and it's a way to make money buying and selling money. Like when nations have to do business between themselves, like if a corporation in the U.S. wants to buy a bunch of steel from China. I don't know if that particular thing ever happens or not, but when goods are exchanged, commodities, large quantities of stuff, like we buy some company in America buys stuff from China or from Japan or from Australia or from wherever. There has to be a currency exchange. They have to do an exchange of the currency from U.S. dollars to Chinese yuan and back. So the banks, the big banks, they facilitate these transactions, and they move gobs and gobs of money, like big lots, huge sums of money in short periods of time, and they move the market up, and the market goes up and down, up and down, and up and down. So the market is open and available for anybody who has a little money that they feel comfortable investing. Don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose, okay? If you got $100 or $300, $500, you can stick it in a Forex brokerage account and try your luck at making money on the Forex market. So anyways, you got like my broker, I guess probably all brokers do. You get news alerts every day, like you could probably, I don't know, I don't really pay attention to, I don't watch news on television that much, but I know they do have financial news on television. So, I get these news alerts in my chart on my trading account, and it's recommended for people who really want to get geeky about it, who really want to master the skill of trading Forex, to pay attention to the news, because big news events, like for instance, I don't know exactly when it was, like a couple of weeks or so or something like that, Trump tweeted something. I don't remember what the tweet was, but Trump tweeted something, and then the stock market had a huge reaction. It moved like one way. I think it went down. Yeah, it like tanked. It dropped like really, really fast. It just, like, Trump tweeted something, just off. He just opens his mouth, his whatever's on the top of his brain, he just blurts it out, and people hang on his every word, like, oh my God. So yeah, the stock market just took a big blam right after his tweet. So paying attention to the news is one thing, and I don't yet understand exactly what I'm supposed to do with the information, how I'm supposed to make my decisions based on that, but I'm starting to, think about it. I might want to pay attention to that. But anyways, I was looking at the news, this one news alert, and it's Europe roundup, Euro gains on optimism over another coronavirus vaccine, and so on and so forth. And I was like, man, this is a lot to sit here and read on my computer screen. Wouldn't it be great if somebody, like, like you turn on the television and you get the financial market news? So I'm going to do that. And whether anybody else wants to listen to me, I thought it'd be at least entertain myself. So, all right, here goes. This is from 17 November 2020, and this came out just before Central Standard Time, so it came out about 5 minutes before 7 a.m. this morning. Europe roundup. Euro gains on optimism over another coronavirus vaccine. And I'm going to put in my little snarky comments, okay? Because, anyway. Europe roundup. Euro gains on optimism over another coronavirus vaccine. European shares slip, gold dips, oil prices rise on possible OPEC supply action. Vaccine hopes. Vaccine hopes are giving us a little bit of hope. A little bit more hope this time. November 17th, 2020. Market roundup. Italian, there's like a bunch of bullet points. I'm not going to read all, but Italian SEP, whatever SEP. I don't understand all these terms, these abbreviations, but it says Italian SEP trade balance 0.58 billion, 0.35 billion previous. So it went up. I guess that's good. Italian SEP trade balance 5.849 billion. 3.928 billion previous. Woo, they're doing good. Come on. Looking ahead, economic indicator GMT. That would be Greenwich Mean Time. I think London, England is on that time zone. 1315 Canada October housing starts. I'm not going to read all these bullet points because there are like 100 of them. But it just gives little bullet points of, Canada foreign securities purchases, U.S. retail sales, gas autos, October retail sales, export price index, U.S. import price index, U.S. October core retail, October manufacturing, New Zealand. This girl came in this restaurant. I used to work at a Chinese place when I was delivering Chinese food. She was from New Zealand. She said, I just heard her talking. I said, hey, you from Australia? She said, no, New Zealand. I said, oh, that's cool. She said, yeah, a lot of people get, they can't, people can't, hard to distinguish between New Zealand accent and Australian accent, she said, but New Zealand has the cooler accent. People from New Zealand have their accent is cooler. I was like, yeah, she was cool as hell. Anyway, U.S. SEP business inventories 0.6% forecast. All right, man, all these bullet points, there's too many. There's like 100 of them. So FX beat. FX stands for Forex. FX beat. That's like the Tiger beat, like the Teen Beat magazine. All the little teeny bobbers. FX beat. Euro USD. Now these are currency pairs, like the euro against the US dollar. Euro versus US dollar. If you want to trade Forex and you learn how to predict, you look at the price movement, and there's different ways you can look and predict whether one currency is going to go up or down as compared to another currency. Like, okay. And they go in pairs. Euro USD. Euro against the United States dollar. Great British Pound against the US dollar. US dollar against the Japanese yen, so on and so forth. Okay, so FX beat. Euro USD. The euro climbed against the dollar on Tuesday as euro was boosted on optimism over another coronavirus vaccine. Woo! Coronavirus vaccine! Propaganda. They haven't even isolated a coronavirus. There's no... if you go... I'm going to put the link to the PDF from the FDA. That's Food and Drug Administration. And it's fda.gov/media/134.922/download and go to page 39 under performance characteristics. Second paragraph, second sentence, it says, and I quote, since no virus isolates of the 2019 nCoV are currently available, comma, and it's a 115 page or something document. I don't care what it says before or after that statement. Since no quantified virus isolates of the 2019 nCoV are currently available, did they run out? Did they lose it? Okay, so I'll put the link to the PDF down below the video. All right. Drug maker Moderna became the second U.S. pharmaceutical company in a week to report positive results from trials of a COVID-19 vaccine. Considered necessary to eradicate the pandemic. Considered necessary by whom? The euro last traded 0.2% higher to the dollar at 1.18715. And well, when you deal with Forex, there goes another little alert. So when you deal with Forex, they like string it way out like decimals, you know, like that's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 5th decimal place. So you can make money on a relatively small movement up or down if you predict correctly. If you put it like if you put a sell order on Euro USD, that would be you're predicting that the euro is going to go down in price against the US dollar, meaning the US dollar will go up compared to the euro. So, and I mean, US dollar can just sit there. It never does just sit there and be stable unless the markets are closed. But the US dollar can sit there and not even hardly move at all. But if the euro goes down, if you had put that sell order in, as long as that euro is going down against the dollar, you're in profit. So something to think about. And I'm going to put links down below where education about how you can get trading signals from expert Forex traders and learn how to play in the markets and make some money, hopefully. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, because you could lose your ass, but you got. Okay. Getting back to the news here. The dollar index against a basket of major currencies stood at 92.431, its lowest in over a week. Immediate resistance can be seen at 1.1887, 23.6 fib. There's a bunch of technical terms in here, and if you want to learn what some of this stuff means, what might sound like gobbledygook, just there'll be links below. You can get started on your educational journey, learning how to trade. So the dollar index against a basket of major currencies, 1.1887, 23.6% fib. Fib just stands for Fibonacci. That guy, I think it was an Italian. Fibonacci. He came up with the Fibonacci ratio, which is geometrical mathematical pattern that's found throughout nature, and it's repeating, like it's a repeating fractal pattern that occurs like ferns, when little ferns unfurl, and like the ratio of I don't know, the joints in your finger, right? There's a golden mean ratio, there's a Fibonacci anyway, it's like the lengths of the bones in your fingers in relation to each other have a specific ratio, and that's, I think, if it's been a long time since I used to be kind of geeky about that stuff, but anyway, Fibonacci. If you can apparently, I don't know that much about it, but if you can learn how to apply this Fibonacci thing, and there's tools that you can use. There's a tool, Fibonacci tool, that you can put on your charts to be able to measure and look, and we're learning. We're learning about. Okay, back to the news. An upside break can trigger rise towards 1.1929, higher BB. Maybe BB stands for Bollinger Bands. On the downside, immediate support is seen at 1.1847, 38.2% fib, Fibonacci. A break below could take the pair towards 1.1816, 50% Fibonacci. Okay, moving on to GBP USD. Sterling edged higher against the dollar on Tuesday as traders awaited news on the progress of trade talks between Britain and the European Union. Britain's chief negotiator, David Frost, has told Prime Minister Boris Johnson to expect a Brussels trade deal early next week, The Sun reported on Monday, with a possible landing zone as soon as next Tuesday. That had followed news last week that Dominic Cummings, one of the political architects of the Brexit project, was set to leave the government, leading some observers to predict a greater chance of a deal. Immediate resistance can be seen at 1.3304, higher BB. An upside break can trigger rise towards 1.338, 23.6% Fibonacci on the downside. On the downside, I got to get my grammar right, periods and commas and stuff. On the downside, immediate support is seen at 1.3236, 38.2% fib. A break below could take the pair towards 1.3151, 50% fib. So if learning how to interpret all of this information can lead one to make more informed decisions as to where to place one's trades and hopefully make a profit. Okay, moving on to USD CHF, and that's US dollar against the Swiss franc. The dollar dipped against the Swiss franc on Tuesday as a return of coronavirus restrictions in some U.S. states and worries about a smooth transition for President-elect Joe Biden. President-elect. Woo! Uh-oh. The news media has crowned this motherfucker already when none of the election results have been certified. The outcome of the election has not been certified. And there's the other side, Biden's opponent, Donald Trump, and his crew have filed a bunch. Everybody knows all this, but it ain't necessarily all cut and dried. So we're still waiting. Some state, let's see, worries about a smooth transition. Smooth operator. Worries about a smooth transition for President-elect. President-elect Joe Biden offset optimism about a coronavirus vaccine. Coronavirus vaccine. They want to make you take the vaccine. People call me conspiracy theorist. One of my ex-friends now, call me. He suggested that I might be a sociopath because I don't wear a mask, and I've been preaching about how this whole COVID thing is a scam, And he said something about conspiracy theory when I brought it up months ago about the COVID pass, the immunity passport, where back then it was when I first found out about it, it was 15 countries had already signed on that were pushing this agenda of you either get your vaccine and you get the certification on your ID that you've been vaccinated, or you can't do XYZ. And now Ticketmaster is coming out and saying, well, when the vaccine comes out, if you want to go to a concert or a sporting event, that Ticketmaster is in charge. If you want to buy your tickets from Ticketmaster to go see the baseball game, you got to have your vaccine certificate showing that you've been vaccinated. And this motherfucker was calling me conspiracy theorist. Anyways, they want to make it the law worldwide that everybody has, 7.8 billion people has to take this. Oh, that's an excellent business plan. If you want to make a lot of money. Anyway, back to the news. Moderna became the second U.S. pharmaceutical company in a week to report positive results from trials of COVID-19 vaccine. Oh, considered necessary to eradicate the pandemic. Investors in the dollar are looking ahead to the release of U.S. retail sales and industrial production later on Tuesday to gauge the health of the economic recovery. See, economic recovery, this whole thing, the lockdowns and closing mom and pop shops. Has anybody else noticed that not one Walmart store closed? They limited their hours, their business hours, when people can go shopping, but they didn't close one store. Not one Home Depot closed. Not one Kroger grocery store closed. How about liquor stores? But all of these independent businesses and restaurants and bars were forced to close under recommendations from the health authorities. Yeah, they ruined the economy, and they did it on purpose, okay? And now they want to talk about, oh, man, we're going to help you recover now. And they sent out all these little stimulus checks and everything. You didn't need it. Thanks for your little breadcrumbs, man, you know. Alright, back to the news. Gauge the health of the economic recovery. Immediate resistance can be seen. This is USD, CHF, US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Immediate resistance can be seen at 0.9125, 38.2% fib. An upside break can trigger rise towards 0.9175, 23.6% fib. On the downside, immediate support is seen at 0.9082, 50% fib. A break below could take the pair towards 0.9041, 61.8% fib. Boy, that is exciting. Whew! Moving on, USD JPY, that's US dollar versus the Japanese yen. The dollar declined against the Japanese yen on Tuesday as worries about the economic damage from the COVID-19 pandemic resurfaced after lockdowns were reinstated in some parts of the world. Moderna became the second U.S. pharmaceutical company in a week. Oh, is this starting to sound familiar? Why do they have to keep repeating this? I'm not going to say it again. Well, I'll repeat it again because there's something else after that kind of. Moderna became the second U.S. pharmaceutical company in a week to report positive results from trials of a COVID-19 vaccine. The announcement sparked rally in global financial markets on Monday. Yay! Rally means it's going up. Rally means that, boom! What's that song? The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Anyway, yeah. The announcement sparked a rally in global financial markets on Monday, but optimism in the developing world has been subdued due to a continued rise in coronavirus cases. Now, cases. What exactly is a case? What that means is that somebody tested positive. They don't necessarily have to be showing any symptoms, what are the symptoms? Flu-like symptoms. Plus they say, well, some people lose their sense of taste and their sense of smell. Elon Musk, on the 12th of this month, November 12th, he tweeted out how he got tested 4 times in a row on the same day, the same machine, the same test, same machine, same nurse. 2 positive test results, 2 negative test results. And he was like, man, this is bogus. Something really bogus is going on. And I'm going to put the link to I put a post on my website, $2 million reward for proof that the COVID-19 virus exists. Okay, savagehealthsystems.com. The announcement sparked a rally in global financial markets on Monday, but optimism in the developing world has been subdued due to a continued rise in coronavirus cases and doubts about the timeline of vaccine distribution. Strong resistance can be seen at 104.59. 38.2% fib. An upside break can trigger rise towards 105.02, 50% fib. On the downside, immediate support is seen at 10404, 23.6% fib. A break below could take the pair towards 103.58, lower BB. Lower Bollinger Band, I reckon. Equities recap. European stocks eased from 8-month highs on Tuesday as tighter coronavirus restrictions across the continent halted market rally that was powered by encouraging COVID-19 vaccine updates. At GMT 1240, UK's benchmark FTSE 100 was last trading down at 1.27%. Germany's DAX was down by 0.34%. Commodities recap. Gold prices eased on Tuesday as market optimism over a second possible COVID-19 vaccine countered a subdued dollar and concerns over rising coronavirus cases globally. Spot gold eased 0.1% to $1,886.83 per ounce by 0744 GMT, while U.S. gold futures were down 0.1% to 1885.40. Oil prices edged up on Tuesday, helped by expectations that OPEC and its allies would tighten supplies next year and supported by news of a second possible COVID-19 vaccine. Brent crude rose 13 cents, yay, or 0.3% to $43.95 a barrel by 0958 GMT, and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was up 10 cents, or 0.2% at 41.44 a barrel. America, boy, woo! Yeah! Okay, that's the news. Have a great day, and good luck trading. Hope you get everything that you need.